All work and no play makes C91 a dull boy. All work and no play makes C91 a dull boy. All work and no... This is the primary stasis grenade launcher Aletheum, which has an interaction with the Blastwave Striders, which has been known for a while. What I'm discussing in this video is, though, how can we make best use of those stasis crystals? So, it takes 2 to 3 shots to get Blastwave Striders with Aletheum. This is a unique interaction. No other weapon will do that in that exact way. Not on single target damage. On Unclear, yes. So, you can generate 8 Stasis Glacier Crystals. Count them up. 8. So how can we get all 8 Stasis Glacier Crystals in one spot? Because them spread out sometimes is no use to us. With Consecration Slamming, which you would be using this build with that, is okay. It's decent because you're going to get a lot of darkness energy and you're going to get frost armor. So it's actually not a bad idea when you've got the perk proc to actually Consecration Slam, especially if you're up against lots of spread out targets. But if you're up against a single target, it's no good. That's where we're looking at seeing other options. So if you slide into a boss and use a rocket, say a cluster bomb rocket, that being Haliatus, you will do a bit of detonation on the Stasis Glaciers. However, we can do better than that. Let's try other options. So there's many other options you could do. Let's try an area denial GL. So we're going to slide into the boss with Blastwave Striders to generate 8 Stasis crystals to try and detonate them. See, some of them have escaped. So that's not ideal either. It's okay. It's not too bad. But here's the start of the show. A Vortex Frame Sword will clean up all Stasis crystals within instant. So let's just show you how exactly that goes. Blastwave Striders is procced. There we go. I'm going to slide into the boss and I'm going to do a Vortex Frame. This is 86. So look, I slide and then boom. 8 glaciers are instantly detonated on that boss and it adds sizable damage. Let's play that in instant replay. Let's have it at super slow-mo. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. Slide into the boss, boom. Look at all the stasis stuff that's leaving my body, but it's instantly getting detonated by the Vortex Frame Sword. This is best in slot for exactly what I'm trying to prove. Here's Cannonball. You can do so much with this build. Like, look at that. It's just an example of it. Now, this does add damage. A normal shot or swing, 842 with 86. Yeah, now if we do the Stasis Glaciers, how much damage does it actually add? We've done 842 off just a single Vortex Frame swing. I know there's Elemental Horn and proc, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We're just looking to see how much it adds. So look, I do exact same thing, very consistent. That's trebling our damage. That's more than trebling the damage. Now you can do it. This is what you can do. Pop a super, slide in your super with Glacial Quake and instantly detonate all those crystals. 8. So that's good tech. It's good with Behemoth, but I believe there's better than that. This is with Twilight Arsenal. It does okay of a job, but it's too slow. The animation is too slow. The stasis crystals escape. You want fast animation supers. So let's keep testing, see what else. See if there's any golden nuggets. Twilight Arsenal's okay, but it's a bit naff. It isn't as good as Behemoth. Glacial Quake, sorry. So let's try now T-Crash. Now this really surprised me how good this was. I slide and then T-Crash. Look at the instant detonation of the 8 glaciers in your T-Crash super. Let's play that in instant replay. Slide. T-Crash. Look at all the stasis detonations around my body as I T-Crash. That adds damage to T-Crash. It won't add the damage that Curious the Fallen Star does. But it'll add some damage to it. That's nice tech I've just showed you there. Now, this is what it's best with. It's best with the Strand Super. Waste all my melees. Notice I wasted all my melees. I slide and then do a light swing. Okay, some of the stasis stuff did escape, but that doesn't always happen. But after my super is ended, I have 3 melee charges fresh. So I can do more Consecration Slamming. So it is probably overall best with this super. It is generally more consistent than that. Here's Bubble Strats. Hi, I'm from the Bubble Company and we're offering some bubble strategies to you as a prime executive. We can use the bubble to detonate the stasis crystals. I would love to see somebody make use of this because this is extremely hard. You want to talk about trying to build craft? This is your build crafting. Bubble in a boss to get the boss to stay still, and you're going to run and dive into your bubble and use a cluster bomb rocket. Look at all of them detonations. Yeah, this is a build. I mean, honestly, to make use of that would be extremely hard. It's fun, But bosses, they wander out of your bubble. You can do it with 86. Look, you can do it with 86 as well. But doing a rotation on that's crazy. The other recommendations will be better than this. Okay, so the build, context, and components will be at the end of the video. Let's do something with what we've found out today with the tech. So I'm using that. I'm using this build on Consecration Titan. I'm using it on a Strand Super. Let's have a look at how effective these Blast Wave Striders can actually be with Alephium. So I'm going for the turrets first. We're doing it in Solo Ultimate activity, right? My Blast Wave Striders is procced. I'm going to point it out every time I get it. So unstop. We'll stun this unstop here. And then we're going to go slide and then boom. Slide and then boom. One shot a champion on this difficulty and you will. Yeah. And now I'm going to do a bit of Consecration Slamming. The Consecration Slamming and any ad clear that you do will contribute towards Blast Striders. So on this build, it's actually a bit more effective than what you would think it is. It's maybe not Symphoceps, no, but that's a separate issue. Titan has always been plagued with the Symphoceps problem since 2017. It's always been pigeonholed into Symphoceps and still is to this day. And Worm Gods for that matter. I'm stuck on some sort of object here. Anyways, I use a Consecration Slam here because I need it to have access to Radiant. I haven't got any barrier weapons on. So I need my build to do that. I pop Transcendence here. Yeah, we'll get rid of this guy here. Not to mention, Alephium does generate ammo. It will generate ammo for you, which I will use it when I need to. I use a Consecration Transcendence here. Then I go in with the massive detonation. Did you see there? So anytime I get Blast Wave Striders, I will try and run in with the Vortex and do the damage to concentrate those crystals. Sometimes I won't and let the crystals spread out. Sometimes it's actually handy having crystals spread out. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Depends if you need to do single target damage or not. I use a Super here for the unstop just to get rid of him quickly. We really want to get to the next portions, to be honest. I have to be careful on this bit because the drop pods will take me out, so I can't just sort all the ads. I need to be... And I know when the drop pods spawn in. So I get rid of this barrier and etc. here. Blast Wave Striders hasn't procced. It's halfway. It's full. Do you see what I'm saying? So after one slam, you can just about get the Blast Wave Striders, which is nice. You're getting Frost Armor. Yeah, so you're getting a bit of Frost Armor in there, which is nice if you add that with Woven Mail. So if I pick up an Orb of Power, I'm getting Woven Mail and Frost Armor. It ain't half bad. You know, it ain't half bad. It ain't a Grandmaster build. But I don't want you to blame the build for it not being a Grandmaster build, because the Grandmasters need fixed. That's not the build's fault. That's not the build's fault. That's Grandmaster fault. That's Bungie's fault. They need to fix Grandmaster Nightballs. How many times do we have to keep telling people this? No one's listening. No one's playing the playlist. Check the numbers. Check the numbers. They're my worst performing videos. To the point where I'm barely going to cover GM. Honestly, I feel like just not doing any Grandmaster videos until June. I might just not do any GMs and just actually focus on videos that people want. Look at these Blast Wave Striders. Double stun unstop. Watch this. Ground pound tech. Boom. Look at that. You can have so much more fun in Ultimate. You can. In Ultimate difficulty. The Grandmaster playlist is just catered towards the lightsaber, Star Wars Sniper, Rocket Pulses. That's it. There's no good builds in Grandmasters because they're not... There just isn't any good Grandmaster builds. Because the playlist is too harsh for the -50. But it's not just that. Some days are easier than others. You can get, like today, Grenadiers up on the GM. Right, what does that mean? It means Getaway Artist Warlock. Right, can't experiment. This is no good.
Don't crochet too much or your hands will look like this.
It's just no good. Play's no good. We've fought on with this for too long now. 6 months is my limit.
This happened because her immune system attacked her own joints. And it usually starts young. Most people get...
Because you've got to complain. If you don't, you just don't get what you want. You've just got to say, no, not good enough. Sort your playlist out. If you don't sort it, I'm doing other things. Yeah, it's just it. Till they sort it out. They'll probably sort it out.
Don't crochet too much or your hands will look like this.
On a scale from 1 to 10, my friend, you're fucked.
This happened because her immune system attacked her own joints. And it usually starts young. Most people get it in their 30s to 50s, but it can happen way earlier. This creator said she started noticing her hands deformate at only 16 years old. Why'd this happen? It's not the knitting. She has rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease that literally destroys the joints, especially the middle joints of the fingers and the balls of the feet. The good news, modern medicines don't just treat the pain, they turn off the immune attack. We're talking drugs like methotrexate and biologics that block specific inflammatory signals, so the body literally stops attacking the joint. If you start them early enough, you can prevent further damage almost entirely. But if there's a delay in diagnosis or a lapse in medicine, these painful joint deformities are permanent.
This one? This one.
911.
Yo. What's this? What's that? The vibes will be fine. Chat. No. Chat. It was that one, right? Sorry. I was just closing my links.
Oh,
I'm inside, help me!
where do you
Wait
need
a
help?
second! Let's go,
What
I'm
happened?
shot, my homie's dead!
You need
Hospital!
Where is the person with the gun?
I don't know, he took off with a blue Chrysler 300. No! Where's McGeezy? My homie's laying on the ground on 27th and 3rd right now. We're rushing to the hospital, I'm gushing blood.
No, you don't rush to the hospital. Wait for him to arrive.
We're already in the car.
Who had the gun?
Sanusi band.
What is your name?
My name's Caleb Reno.
Was there only one person with the
I
gun?
actually don't know.
What's Brandon's last name? Brandon Overstreet.
I need an ambulance and a police officer. Somebody's been shot in the head. What is his name?
A car and you get to the hospital. Chat. Would it be good to go?
Unresponsive. Paris, come on, buddy. Huh? He's not breathing.
Do you know how to do CPR? Ma'am?
People that did this gone?
Yes, they took off that way.
Okay, keep doing CPR. You're doing good.
Come on, Paris, wake up, buddy.
What's his name?
Paris Allen.
It's gonna be Paris Allen is the victim.
Right, told
He's
where?
currently unconscious.
Did you need
Come on,
timestamps
Paris,
on that,
wake
no?
up, buddy.
Ma'am, is there a squad with you?
There is.
Okay, I'll let you go then. Thank you.
All right, have you move over to the side. I'm gonna start CPR. Unless you're CPR trained.
I am.
You are? You
Yep.
feel comfortable
Yes.
continuing? All right, continue if you want to. Do a little deeper compressions, please.
My parents. My parents. Come on, Paris, buddy. Don't go out on me like this yet, bud. Paris, come on, bud.
That's awful.
46 to a 20, 1072 most likely. She's CPR certified, so I'm just gonna let her keep going. They saw a car taking off that way.
Mom's right there.
Family?
Dave, do we have any other witnesses we gotta talk to? We need to see if there's shell casings. Fire's saying they heard there's 2 victims. Who else do we need to talk to? What's this guy? All right, man. I know this is hard, man. You gotta tell me what you know, okay?
Does he know where the shoot?
You gotta talk to me.
Who's right there?
Where was the car?
Did they shoot out of the vehicle?
Oh, your
shot the
vibes.
car.
Did they shoot from the driver's side?
What did they do for like
Can you
5
tell me
years?
what the driver looked like?
Black male. He had like a t-shirt on, I think.
What color?
I don't know.
Can you go over there, Dan? There's shell casings and just stand by it. What was he?
2 black males.
So did the front passenger shoot?
The driver shot.
Okay.
I seen the gun point out the car.
So there was only 2 black males. That's
Yes.
it. Have you ever seen these guys before?
Yes, I think it's Brandon and Sanusi.
So which house were you staying in here?
Over there at his house.
Whose house?
Paris.
At Paris's house?
Oh my god, chat. Jesus, man.
How did
Can you guys
Paris
just
get
hold it
here?
for like a minute? Like,
Oh no.
So you were with Paris when this happened?
Yes.
Why were you guys walking up here? Did you know they were coming here?
He had beef and
They had beef?
he was like walking up like saying what's up and he just started shooting.
So you said that you knew they were coming here. How did you guys know? How were you communicating with them?
Our friend told him that they were spinning the block.
A friend. Who was that?
Jackson?
Jackson Morales?
Notably, the officer appears to know Jackson's last name without this suspect mentioning it. This is almost certainly due to Jackson's criminal reputation. At 20 years old, he has convictions for second-degree aiding and abetting burglary, disorderly conduct, first-degree aggravated robbery, and threats of violence.
How did he tell you that?
He was on his phone. He was here too.
holy.
He was here. Did he see anything?
Yeah, we were all here.
Where did Jackson go?
They spun
Another
off.
good Samaritan.
Jackson was in a vehicle?
Yeah, they took off.
So he was in a different vehicle, not with those guys. So when Jackson told you that they were coming, were you going to try to fight these dudes, or what was the intent of you guys coming down here?
No, we was walking down and I don't know, saying what's up and
Knowing you have beef?
yeah,
Okay. Did you see the handgun?
yeah, definitely seen that.
What color was it?
It was gray.
Are you good being here, dude?
I don't know.
So you got a good look at the vehicle, right, McGeezy?
Yeah.
What is it? Do you know the make?
No, I have no clue.
Have you seen that vehicle before?
Yeah, a lot of times.
A lot of times. How do you know
Don't
that
know
vehicle?
the make of the vehicle and you've seen it a bunch of
You've
times?
seen those 2 in it before?
At this time, officers are unaware that the driver of the suspect vehicle, Sanusi Tamsir Bangura, enters a nearby convenience store just 27 minutes after the shooting, still at large. Just a couple minutes later, he leaves the store. Notably, he appears to be holding his cell phone, which will later turn out to be a key piece of evidence.
How do you know Brandon and Sanusi?
I'm not really that acquainted with them.
Would you consider them friends?
No.
Those are the guys you got beef with? Is the beef with you or with Paris?
No.
Is this Jackson?
Yeah.
Jackson Morales. He's been known to be
So
in a black
he was-
DC. Was he in a black Acura?
Yeah.
Was he driving it?
Hold on now.
Caleb that also got shot. There's somebody else that got shot at the hospital.
At this moment, officers move to arrest
Oh, yeah.
Jackson
The
Morales.
other guy.
Jackson is currently at the hospital, having just transported Caleb Reinald Nemec, who has sustained a gunshot wound. Caleb was shot during the incident and was one of the individuals who called 911 from the beginning of the video. Although he is not one of the shooters, Jackson's involvement in this criminal nexus makes him an immediate person of interest, leading to his detainment pending investigation. Jackson and Caleb drove to the hospital with the final witness and victim, Ojima O.G. Curry. Unbeknownst to officers, O.G. drove away from the hospital with the black Acura, his whereabouts unknown at the time. So far, officers have a general idea of what happened, but are not yet aware footage of the incident exists, footage that will later be presented during multiple jury trials.
Why am I
Hold on now.
Just we're gonna just listen. We have at least one, maybe two people that were shot. Okay. So
You are being detained so we can make sure you don't have a weapon on you.
I know,
okay?
but can you
And
quit
then-
holding
and-
me like that
and-
though? You scaring me,
and
bro. I ain't
then-
gonna lie.
And then we'll take the handcuffs off and we'll have a conversation. All right? You know
I
why
mean,
you're being detained.
I
I know
gotta
who
do
brought that
it. I don't think anybody should be scared. Like, bro, being in a hospital and broad fucking dead with civilians everywhere and other staff or whatever. Like, what? I mean, what's gonna happen?
I shot to the
Bro,
hospital,
dude,
bro.
just
What
chilling.
the
Like,
f- that's
you're
my
not gonna
brother,
get
bro.
executed.
Like,
Like,
up, gang.
Okay, I need you to just calm down.
No, y'all acting like I'm the criminal here, bro. My brother just got shot, bro.
We don't know. We have 3 or
You'll be
4.
up. Look, I'm listening. I get that, but you don't need to come up and be rough with me, bro. I'm just here trying to save my homie's life, dog.
We don't know you. We don't know your involvement, and we don't know if you have a weapon on you. We're trying to keep everybody safe.
but I feel like an active participant though.
So
This thing right here.
My knife,
Right.
my knife. Yeah,
Right.
that's all.
and I think you know as well as I do. People that carry these bags sometimes have guns in them.
I get that, but that's kind of stereotypical and racist, too.
It has nothing to do with color. It has
People could be that's your purse, bro.
Would you stop yelling at me, please?
Would you stop being a dickhead to me, please? My homie just got shot, bro.
Exactly, and that's exactly why we make these assumptions.
Right, because I shot my own homie,
You
right?
just came from a shooting.
Brother, if he was a bystander, right, and this was the guy that shot his homie, he would understand why they're doing this and how this could be helpful to helping catch whoever hurt his homie. You know that makes sense? Like, come on, bro.
I told you there may be
Like,
1 or 2 people.
You're able to see from different
Yeah,
lenses.
I know. My other homie's dead too, bro. On the f***ing road in Lincoln Park, bro.
You have a spot we can go to talk to him.
My homie just got killed in front of my face, bro. Sorry, bro.
To recap the narrative, two suspects, Brandon and Sanusi, are accused of firing at a group of 5 individuals: Jackson, McGeezy, Paris, Caleb, and Ogima. Paris and Caleb were the only 2 struck by gunfire. Paris was struck in the head, and Caleb through his hips. Immediately after the shooting, Brandon and Sanusi fled. Then Jackson, Ogima, and Caleb jumped in a black Acura to get Caleb to the hospital. McGeezy stayed on the scene with Paris, who appears deceased. Currently, officers do not know suspects Sanusi and Brandon's whereabouts.
So it was you and Paris that walked out of this house here?
I mean, I get it.
What's your brother's name?
Ogama.
Where's Ogama?
Although McGeezy is right to think his brother Ogima, or OG, is at the hospital with Caleb, officers are not actually aware of OG's location. He appears to have taken Jackson's black Acura and left the hospital. They are only questioning McGeezy and Jackson at this time. Simultaneously, another drive-by shooting happens a little over a mile away from the original scene at Sanusi and Brandon's residence.
Yo.
Thankfully, nope.
Yo, editor, really?
But he was injured in that second shooting. It won't take officers long to discover the shootings are related.
I tell you what went down. I'm not gonna say names. Not gonna do none of that. I tell you what kind of car they in. You can look for the car that did the shooting. I know how these streets work too. I'm not about to lose my life next.
And you know what? You probably know how the streets work way better than I do. I'm gonna be honest with you. What kind of car did you come in?
A black car.
What kind is it?
Why do that matter?
Well, I have it on the video anyways. I know it's a black car.
Okay,
Is it
so
an
letting
Acura?
you know what it is.
Is it an Acura?
I'm not going into detail. I don't need to, man.
Jackson is largely hesitant to give information to the police, but McGeezy is able to step up and help officers in their path to justice.
You were thinking they wanted to fight you guys?
He hopped out, he's like, you guys want to fight?
Who hopped out?
The one on the left.
He got out of the passenger seat?
Yeah, and we walked up slowly and he hopped back in the car. It was like, what's up, you guys don't want to fight? And then...
So you guys were walking towards the car.
Yeah.
Were they both in the car at that point?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
He pulled out, he just started shooting the driver.
Where were you guys when he was shooting?
He was right in front of the white car.
So you were in the street?
Yeah, I was at the back of the group.
Where was Paris?
How
many times did the driver shoot?
Oh, like around 10.
If you want to make
Do you
an
know what
argument,
kind of gun it
sometimes
was?
there, no
It looks
shot.
like a Glock. It's a gray black handgun.
Was he shooting at you at all?
No, he was
Who was
pointing,
he shooting at?
pointed towards Caleb and Paris.
Did anyone from your group have a gun?
No.
Paris was shot. Did you stay with him?
When he pulled out the gun, I ducked, and then I looked back on the sidewalk, and he was just there.
He was laying there. Did you render aid to him or anything?
I didn't know how to.
Yeah. You get shot in the head. Yeah.
Do you want justice for your buddies, or? Yeah, I want justice, bro. I want to die out here is what I want, bro. My homie been up here for 3 days from California for vacation, bro. He dead, bro. He ain't even in the streets, none, bro. I haven't been
That's
in your
the problem,
spot.
yeah.
I don't know the streets like you. I can also appreciate the fact that you haven't had a good relationship with police. There's a lot of people that haven't. But we are trying to help you out. We're trying to get justice for Caleb and your other buddy.
After officers reason with Jackson to give information, he shares his side of how the whole interaction began.
I'm looking for help. I understand. We was at the little church in Lincoln Park, right? I met up with my ex real quick.
What Jackson just shared is later confirmed via security footage. However, the following parts appear to happen once his and his ex's vehicle go just out of sight and largely rely on his spoken statement.
And then Sanusi and Brandon in a blue Chrysler 300 pulled up on me. Brandon was in the passenger. Sanusi was driving. Talking shit, get out with a fanny pack on. And Brandon gets out the passenger seat. Starts punching on my car and shit. I'm like, let's go down the block. We can fight. I was just trying to fight because my homies were down the block too. I'm not going to fight them one-on-one because they're not trying to get one-on-one. They're trying to jump me. Correct. So they follow me down there and shit. And we get out the car, like, are we gonna fight, right? We ain't had no guns. We walk up, like, all right, let's box then, right? And then they're
Okay, come on, you chat. Come on, that's cap. I mean, guys, I'm not stupid. I mean, this is just cap.
calling out the window, all right, you trying to box? I'm like, yeah, we're trying to box. You don't see us with no guns, right? We trying to box. And we get up to their car, and they're just talking shit and sitting there. They don't come out the car. So my homie punched him through the open window.
They're just trying to get me believe that they were, okay, some guy was looking like he's trying to fight, and then he wants to fight, and they're setting up for a fair street fight. And they're on their way to have a fair street fight in the street where everything's gonna go normally, and nobody's gonna fucking die. Okay, cap. Okay, just cappuccino. Just cap.
Oh, because he wouldn't get out, and they was trying to talk about they was trying to fight.
Yeah,
so they
cap.
pulled off and just started blowing shots. We all fucking ducked and shit, like got on the ground, jumped, ran, and then we looked back, and my other homie had a bullet through his head.
Did you see the gun?
Well, no, I didn't see the gun.
I get you might not want to be honest with me, but honesty is what I really need in this. At any point, did you guys have any guns?
No, all I had on me was that knife y'all found. And I'm like, man, if y'all ain't trying to get out the car and box with y'all gonna follow me, I'll just pop your f***ing tiger.
Did either one of them ever try to get out of the vehicle?
So does that mean that he has a knife, or the guy's a gun? I'm sure some of the other guys have weapons, and you tell me that they will just have a fair fight, and so when somebody loses, they'll go, good fight. I'll see you guys on next Sunday. Good healing. See ya, man. Okay, just stop it. Stop it.
They
Stop.
just
That's
sat
not
there
happening.
smiling and shit.
After questioning McGeezy and Jackson, officers made their way to Sanusi and Brandon's residence, where reports indicate a drive-by shooting unloaded bullets into nearby buildings. Thankfully, no one was injured in this apparent retaliatory act. Luckily, officers are able to make contact with Sanusi, the suspected shooter from the initial incident.
Where's your vehicle at, man?
It's parts. What do you mean?
The blue one? You had that cool. You had that cool car, right?
Anybody else in your house? No, not right now. I came outside and my neighbors were talking about somebody drove past, cops was chasing them, whatever. Their house got hit, and they said they were trying to shoot at me or something.
So you say your car is parked in the back?
Okay, this is it. Oh, did you know from the street they agreed to have a fair fight because they're setting them up? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, are you fucking stupid? That's my entire point, is that it wasn't just gonna be a fair fight. Like, the fuck?
That's parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Notably, Sanusi appears to be FaceTiming someone during his interaction with police. Officials do not yet know that the other suspect, Brandon, is on the other line. At this moment, Brandon is caught on surveillance video with peers at a Hollister store. Investigators will soon obtain this footage and question the peers to unravel the full story.
I don't know what
At a Hollister?
Who else is inside your house right now?
Nobody.
Downstairs neighbors. Do you know if they're home?
I have no idea, but even if they were, they don't like cops and they wouldn't open the door.
What I want you to do is go with my partner. We just want to sit you in the squad car right now.
Am I in trouble or what's going on?
Right now, we're trying to figure this out, all right?
We're out with him right now.
I know. Stop yelling that over the phone. I know.
You go by Sushi?
That's my name. It's easier to say than Sanusi.
You been home the whole time?
Yeah, we just went to Firestone to pick up his car. I went to go to Quick Trip and I went home because my neighbor was like, looks like somebody tried to drive-by shoot saying they were shooting at me.
Why do you think they would be shooting
I have
at
no
you?
idea, but I think it's the same people that busted my front and back windshield. I filed a police report before. And they slashed my roommate's tire, price or whatever.
Recent?
We found it today.
Who are these people?
I honestly have no clue. I was told one of them goes by Black, but I don't know what the name that is. And it's like a black Acura, and I think I got the license plate actually. These are just all the cars that have been harassing me.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, you can if you want to, yeah. Most definitely.
These ones have been harassing you?
Harassing me, yes. Like
what?
Chasing me. They'll like throw in my car while I'm driving. They'll like, what's it called? What? Tailgate me? That black Acura. And that's the main person who's been talking to me.
What kind of car did you come in? Because I know it's a black car.
Okay,
Is it an Acura?
you know what it is.
Who's
So,
this?
that is my roommate.
Oh,
He's at the mall.
How long have you been home?
Like 45 minutes?
You didn't hear anything?
No, shut the up. This is not a situation to joke.
Next, officers spoke to Caleb. He sustained a bullet wound during the interaction.
Gonna be blunt with you. Harris is deceased. Just save your time.
Okay, the guy being interrogated, his narrative, I just realized it doesn't make sense. Because if they want to have a fair fight and he's trying to do all this, it wouldn't be 1-on-1, it'd be 5v2. It would be 5v2 anyway. It doesn't make sense.
I'm not gonna say no more. We're just trying to get the truth of what happened here. What I know is Jackson has been getting harassed by a couple of males.
Oh, it's one.
Yeah.
If I say something and it gets out, that's my life.
How come?
It's how it is.
If somebody lost a son today, man, that's pretty horrible.
That's how.
So there's a time to be a man, stand up for yourself, stick up for your buddy that can't stick up for himself. And this is it.
I'm not gonna play that guilt trip.
It's not a guilt trip.
I know what I gotta do, Dad.
Investigators brought Sanusi in for a deeper questioning. Meanwhile, officials worked to try and locate the passenger suspect, Brandon, who was last known to be traveling with peers at a nearby mall.
I'm not stupid. I want to back up and start over again, please. With the truth. I know there's beef.
There's
I know
not,
there's
I
lots
wouldn't
of
consider,
beef.
but I don't think I would consider beef because for something to be beef, you would have to like try and fight me.
That was going to happen today.
That was gonna happen today?
Yeah.
Well,
it has to do with girls.
It has to do with girls. It has to do with girls?
Come on, man.
That's what the this is about? It has to do with girls.
What do you think it's about?
I have no clue.
Court transcripts and charges in a separate case reveal the apparent reasoning behind Jackson and his group's desire to fight Sanusi. Court documents reveal allegations that Sanusi coerced an underage girl to send him inappropriate images using Snapchat, with threats to send those images to her parents if she didn't come to his residence. This abuse allegedly lasted for several months. Eventually, he filmed sexual acts and posted them online, creating the beef between Jackson's group and Sanusi. This is part of the information that officers are aware of in this moment. While there are charges for one individual victim regarding these acts, court transcripts indicate Sanusi may have been repeating this behavior with multiple girls.
He kept saying to me, I was like, where's the proof of that? He didn't show me proof. Perfect. And I was like, nah, I can go about my life regularly. And then he was like, call me. And I was like, well, I'm right here. If you want to fight me, you might as well fight me.
Is this Caleb?
No.
Who's it? Who are
This
you
is
talking about?
Black.
What's Black look like?
Like a bug. It's the dude that walked past.
Investigators are also questioning Jackson or Black simultaneously.
You're not in custody.
I'm willing to talk to you, but I'm gonna watch what I say because I'm not trying to be the next one with a bullet through my face like my homie.
What's this beef about?
You know, my brother's sister. So I screenshot it all, exposed him.
Oh, okay. He didn't like that.
Ever since.
There's been a lot of with you over the last couple years with that stuff.
I worked on that case, and I'll be honest, it's sad for me to sit across the table from people and have to hear disappointment in how the system's working. I didn't get in this job to not help. That's why I'm here, is I'm trying to help.
Were you in the car today?
Yes.
Who was in the car
Yeah,
with
that makes
you?
sense.
Brandon was. Brandon's tire got slashed or popped yesterday or today. We took his tire up to Firestone. Besides that, I went to Quick Trip because I needed gas. And after that, I went back home.
Quick Trip?
You said he's your roommate?
Yeah.
You guys
Quick Trip with a K.
Is he there right now?
Last I talked to him, he was at the mall.
So when you start lying to me is when I don't want to ask you any more questions. I want to know what the hell happened today.
Bro, I don't
how there's people at the hospital.
I seen on your Facebook page a shooting in Lincoln Park, 2500 block. That's how I know about it.
What if your car was there?
Well, there's multiple cars that look like mine, but
Now
my
your
car's
license plate. There's going to be anything in your car that I'm going to find that's going to make me think that Shouldn't be.
I say shouldn't be because a lot.
I hate that answer.
A lot of people are in my car all the time, so.
A lot of people are in your car.
Do you know who shot at the house, man?
The neighbor said it was a black car that zoomed past and was shooting shots. So it have to be inaccurate.
Why would it have to be an Acura?
Because that's the same car that I seen around like weeks or whatever. Just
Who drives that?
Black, yeah, it would have to be him.
So you think that it was black
I think so, yes.
in an Acura
In an Acura.
that shot at your house today?
I believe so.
What would compel him to do that in broad
Me
daylight
calling him
in the middle of a Wednesday?
Me calling him, I guess.
When you get to the hospital, you said your
I mean, this
buddy
isn't even
took off.
GSR
Who was
positive
that?
like crazy. Like what?
OG was
Yeah,
so
it's
did he
cooked.
come with you or did he drive? You drove to the hospital, you said. And then you stay with Caleb? Okay. And then OG takes off.
We know
Where's
a
that
whole lot
GTA?
more.
But I don't think you understand it. This guy, okay. Well, people will sit in those chairs after firing guns thinking, oh yeah, if I put the gun there, brother, this guy is the walking evidence. His entire body is, bro. If you had like a radar of like GSR, this is not GSR, literally in his face, on his everywhere. Guys, a shooting. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by like? You're just like a walking bullet. Like,
bro, I don't know.
And then the ones who wanted to fight too, they pulled up on me, followed me, talking about they wanted to fight.
Right.
And they're gonna go and shoot.
Over something that is kind of small in the grand scheme of things.
Can I just cut to the chase?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I think you pulled up with Brandon in the car you dread. I think some words are exchanged. Fight does not happen. And Caleb ends up punching Brandon in the face.
Punch Brandon in the face?
Yep. And then as you pull away, Brandon caps off a bunch of shots. What you don't know is he hit a few people, and he may have killed somebody. Possible murder. I think someone we both know gets into a black Acura and goes and shoots up your house in retaliation.
That's crazy.
And someone might be dead.
Fortunately, someone got killed. Okay.
Got killed? For sure someone got killed.
Someone got killed.
Paris, how do you know him? Are you just friends or?
Well, he been friends with Caleb since they was like young. And he just moved back. It's sad, bro. Like, he ain't even in the f***ing streets. Paris is a good-ass little kid, bro. And he just got back from California. From his job, he's up here for vacation for a month and up here for like 3 days.
Okay.
We have 5 people, 2 of which got shot. 3 of them put you and your vehicle there, as well as Brandon. Why would they make that up? And then why would your house get shot up 10 minutes after?
I don't know.
That's not the truth? That's what you're telling us?
So I'm telling you, it's not the truth. These are the same people that busted my windshield. Right?
Why'd you call Brandon?
He's my roommate. Somebody shot at that.
Did you call the police?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't.
There's 2 different cameras in that neighborhood that capture the shooting. So if it puts your car there, what are we going to do about that? Cameras don't lie, right? I'm not going to be talking to you tomorrow after I watch the video and saying, Sanusi, what the hell?
No.
My word, honest to God, on my mother's grave, no one had a gun. I'm sure there's at least one camera on that block that picks something
so they
up.
went
You'll
to
see
keep
none of us
him
shots go
detained or
around
arrested,
hands
at
up
least?
trying to fight.
So kind of like a drive-by.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, especially that's how the f***ing daycare, dog.
Yeah.
Like, we was really trying to fight their asses.
Officers obtained several angles of the shooting, including smartphone footage captured by Caleb as the group approaches. Soon after Jackson pulls over to rally his peers, Sanusi and Brandon park some yards behind, and the footage begins.
What's to it, boy? On my mama, what's to it, boy? What's the word? What y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to box or what? We trying to box. Come on. We trying to box, yeah.
Come over here, gang.
Come box.
What's to it, bro? You in the car, we out. Man, I'm always back. Step out, gang. Step out, gang.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is with us.
Hey, y'all can get out. Y'all want your tire spot, bro. Pop him.
Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance.
At this point, officers have strong evidence that Sanusi fired his weapon. However, no clear angle shows the extent of Brandon's involvement. The question now becomes, was Brandon armed, and did he also fire a weapon? That question will soon be answered by a key piece of footage. But first, officers located Brandon at his peer's house that same night, where they apprehended him.
It wasn't Kappa. I was wrong. My bad. It actually wasn't
Brought the
Kappa.
others in for questioning. To protect their identity, we've opted to use false names and blur the faces of the uninvolved peers. They start with interrogating the male peer, John. Investigators understand that Brandon met with John and others after the shooting. John begins by sharing he was hanging out with Brittany and Heather at the mall. He then speaks about his friendship with Brandon, one of the suspected shooters.
Like, we literally hang out almost every single day. Like we're best friends. We went to the mall today.
All four of you?
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about what happened today.
No, when you guys pulled up, I was surprised. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
He's being accused of shooting at someone today. How is he acting?
I don't know. He seemed kind of nervous.
You know if he's got any beef with anybody?
Yeah, he did have a knife out and he's slashing his tires, though. True.
You know what his roommate's name is?
A human being died.
Did Brandon
Be
say anything
respectful,
about
chat.
sushi today?
Investigators likely suspect John isn't telling the full story, as they're aware Sanusi was on FaceTime with Brandon while he was with John at the mall, his self-proclaimed best friend. At this point, investigators begin to question one of the two girls they were with.
You understand that? There's nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah, I'm not.
Alright.
Hold on.
Kind of scared though.
Yeah.
Brittany begins her interrogation by sharing Heather, John, Brandon, and herself began their day at the mall before going to John's house, where officers arrested Brandon and took them in for questioning. She then details what Brandon was doing at John's house.
He was just on the phone with people.
I don't know really or nothing.
Did you hear any of the conversations?
No, they were in a separate room. He kind of did look a little worried, walking back and forth, like pacing. Like, oh, what's going on? Like, why is he here? It's like, I don't know what's going on. I did seem like something was wrong. But he kept telling
Brother,
us
what the fuck are those nails, though?
Told him and, like, told him that his friend was in trouble, I think. He came out and he was like, oh my gosh, they have Sanusi. He's like, they told me that Sanusi's in a cop car. I was just like,
What in the fuck is that?
He's like, I don't even know. He's like, I can't say anything about it. And I was like, so are you involved in it? And we're just like, we were kind of weirded out by the whole situation. I was acting completely normal. Like, he was fine. Then when the cops came, I was like, what the f is going on? Like, actually.
You know what we're investigating.
Uh-uh.
I think you know a little more about the phone calls.
We don't want you to get wrapped up into something that really has nothing to do
We're
with
not even that bad.
So he wrapped up into
I
the
can assure you that what we're investigating is a serious crime.
I think they both have guns, to be honest. I know that's Sanusi. I think it was him. Shot and killed.
What happened?
That shot and killed the dude.
How do you know that?
Welcome,
Brandon
you
told
weird
us what
chap.
happened, and he was saying that Sanusi was in like a drive-by shooting, and then I think he shot him. I don't think I got told. Sanusi called him and told him like everything. That's how Brandon found out about it.
Who told you this?
Brandon.
What did Brandon say?
The whole time we were in the mall, he was talking about it. He's like, Sanusi's so stupid. He's like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
So what did Brandon say his involvements were?
I know him and Sanusi are roommates, so I mean, he could be involved in it or not, but he wasn't talking about himself really that much.
And Brandon said that he was not.
This is a civilian. They don't do all that. It's not called snitching. It's called doing your civic duty of reporting a crime and being questioned by the police.
Not in the vehicle.
Yeah, he said he wasn't with them.
Did Brandon or communicate with you on what to say to us?
They just kind of told us to act stupid. I know he wasn't involved in it at all because I've been with him most of the day, but I know like him and Brandon are best friends. He'd probably be the one to like know the most out of all of us.
So when Brandon was at your house,
Yeah.
what did he talk about?
His roommate was in some or something. I don't really know.
Do you know what happened today?
Off the Facebook post, yeah, a shooting or something like that.
Yep. You know
I don't
he's
think we've ever
part
seen
of that.
a video like this.
You're trying to protect your
There's
friend. I
thousands
get
of
it.
them
Honestly,
where
I don't think you're a bad guy. That's why
The
I came
person
in.
to do with the situation. I was hanging out with my
Not
friend
saying
today.
anything.
Well, there's a
And not
guy
being a
ended
snitch.
up dead, and Brandon was part of it.
I just don't see him much.
UCL 2 years.
The following day, Brittany came back ready to tell officers the full truth.
Me and got super scared and we're like we cannot be involved in this. So I know he was in the car with Sanusi when everything happened. And Brandon said he shot a gun twice.
Brandon shot his own gun twice.
Yeah. He's like, I'm probably gonna go to prison for the rest of my life.
Did they mention like who actually hit someone?
Brandon kept saying he thinks Sanusi was the one that killed him because Brandon was like, I only shot the gun twice. And he's like, I don't think I hit nobody. But he's like, Sanusi just kept shooting, and didn't care.
Doesn't
And
matter.
me
They'll
just
both get
ate
it.
our food a little bit. Then her and ended up leaving.
What was their purpose? Just
They wanted to go to try and get into Brandon's house, hide the ammo that was like laying out on Sanusi's bed in his room. Brandon wanted them to, but like I don't think that's a good idea. But we can try and go there and see if like they'll let us go.
did just tag along or did?
Yeah, did not want to help. She did not want no part of that at all. She just
Nobody's
went.
snitching.
She went because she always wants to be.
friends are like together or whatever.
Why don't you tell me what you actually know?
I didn't come here to talk about that though. So
what you come here to talk about?
So if you partake in criminal activity and you go by the street code and then you brag to civilians about your achievements and they get questioned by the police and they say they're not snitching.
you want to kill me? I just got a call. The girl I used to talk to. I don't know if you guys know the Jackson guy, but she's friends with him. She just called me and was like, people are looking for me. I just don't feel safe, so I don't have protection. You guys took my weapon, so.
Why would the people be looking for you?
Because there's rumors going around saying that I was in the car with them.
I know that you were involved. What I do know is that Brandon told you exactly what went down. Okay, I know that for a fact.
You said some shit happened. You're gonna be mad at me. Da 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 da. Like,
why would you be mad at him?
Because I tell him all the time, like, you need to better yourself.
You guys have been buddies since like what, 5th grade or so?
Yeah.
And we know that you went back to the house at some point or tried to. What was he asking you to grab?
Like he had to get clothes and stuff.
And we know you didn't go back to the house to grab clothes.
Brandon told you more when you're at your place.
He said that Sanusi emptied the whole clip.
And how many times did Brandon shoot?
I don't know.
How many times?
I don't know exactly.
That's all you shot.
He said it might have been 2, might have been 3.
So you shot at least a couple times. And where did he tell you to ditch the guns?
He didn't tell me anything about the guns. He didn't even want to come out. I was like, I'm not going out there and talking to him that you're not here. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not
So
doing
prison for
Like
everybody.
you're trying to do good.
Life,
Trying to help.
life.
You understand you're doing the right thing now, right?
Double
and
life.
I feel like if Susie emptied this clip, we've got bullet holes in houses.
Yeah.
Your damn sister's houses.
Yeah, no. Like,
Your damn sister should be dead right now.
I called her right away once I found out about that. He did say Sanusi shot first.
So yes, Ferris Allen, he's 19 years old, he did die. 19, bro? 19.
Damn, 19, bro.
You know? You didn't know Ferris at all?
Nah, but just a light me into it. My sibling.
Are you able to tell us anything more about that day?
The hood of Black's car got smacked and then tried to run over like that. And I was told to fall. They came up to the car. One of the dudes had his hand behind his back. And I was like, what the f*** do you might have his hand behind his back? And I wanted to go back up again. And I was told, no, don't go over. And then after that, a gentleman started calling me. I sped off.
Was Brandon the one telling you to do these things? As far as follow him, stop here, all the things that you said I was told to? Was that Brandon?
Pretty much, yeah.
Did you see them have a gun?
Caleb had something black in his hand that he was like concealing. And then one of their friends had like one hand in front of them and one hand like this. Like they were like obviously trying to conceal something.
So then he punches you, and what do you do?
And then I scored.
Just pull off. So then he punches you, and what do you do?
Hold on.
And then I scored.
Just pull off. Who fired those shots?
Honestly, I don't know. It could have came from in the car, it could have came from out of the car.
There's video of the incident. Lying isn't gonna look good.
Whatever I say wouldn't get me out of the situation either. So.
It's not gonna get you out of the situation, but it's gonna show you, it's gonna show that you have remorse and that you're sorry for what happened.
The remorse won't even lessen either.
It can. The video shows you firing a gun.
It can, he said it.
The intent was to scare them away from my car.
Did Brandon fire a gun? We did a search warrant at your house. He's got ammunition and a holster in his bedroom.
Yo!
We did a search warrant at your house. He's got ammunition
Alright.
and a holster in his bedroom. Before you even saw Black, you guys were driving the fire
Drum mag on the
Where was
zipper?
the gun?
In the car. The door pocket.
Door pocket? Driver door pocket?
I would say that's where I want to keep it.
That's just where it was on Wednesday. I guess the
Try to be honest
obvious
then.
question is,
Those guns are unmaintained, unclean. That shit would have, it'll jam like crazy. Right? Like no way they fire more than fucking 15 shots where they just shit
what did
jamming.
you do with the gun after all this?
It's like a jank fest.
Because I want to make sure that some little kid walking down the street doesn't find a gun in the bushes that might still have ammo in it.
And then as you're driving, are you still
Candy
shooting?
apple.
What if I said video proves otherwise?
Are you shooting still? I was still shooting.
So we searched your car. We found some bullet casings in there. There's a rubber glove that contains shell casings.
So about you self-defense?
What is
Not
that
really.
That is for me picking up casings and putting them in the glove and putting them right now.
Do you know Caleb ended up getting shot?
You're driving away from the perceived threat and you're shooting backwards. Sorry, that's just not gonna happen.
So you never